podcasts are so intimate because I'm literally in somebody's ear, which is way different than YouTube. You're getting the best version of them on YouTube, but in a podcast, you're getting the deepest version of somebody. Do you want God's plan for your life? Do you want to discover your calling? Do you want to build a business that's aligned with God's will? Hey girl, hey! I'm Jeanette, business and faith coach. After a decade in the military, the Air Force said, "See you later," and I had to find my true calling. Want to know how God directed my life from a cybersecurity engineer to a faith and business mentor? In this podcast, I'll teach you how to start a business, how to know your business is God's calling, monetization techniques, how to trust the Holy Spirit, and how to set boundaries to listen to His word alone. Ready to become unapologetically unstoppable? Hey girl, hey. During my self-discovery journey, a big part of it was YouTube. I got hooked up with this girl. She was like running things over in the YouTube world, and I fell in love with creating video. Now, I will tell you that I was very scared, and the only reason my podcast is not on YouTube also is because I don't like doing my makeup, straight up. So let's talk about YouTube and the power of video. So right now, YouTube is the biggest search engine ever. And that's because Google owns it. So obviously, let's go, right? And YouTube is like this unique thing where you can make a video and then it can work its magic years later. When I first started going over on YouTube, I was in real estate. And she was telling me about how one of the people that they knew, they were teaching YouTube video, and one of the people that they knew was a real estate agent, and he used it and how he used it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm new at this whole online marketing thing. I don't know anything about business. I just got out of the military. I think I can make a video. Let's try this out. Literally, all the videos that I made did not start popping off until a year later, after I was already out, after I've already decided that I wasn't going to do YouTube anymore. So it is a long game platform. If you're in it and you think that you're going to make a couple of videos and go viral real quick, that's not what it is. You're going to make video after video after video after video, and you're not going to see any real momentum at first. It's slow and steady wins the race, right? It is a long game content, which means it will be there forever. And I love YouTube, and I really should be over there because that's the best, because people can see my face, my expressions, whatever I'm saying, how I look, and you get a better sense of who somebody is through YouTube, through video. In fact, I don't even use a Voxer with my team. We use Marco Polo so I can see their face. I like seeing them because the power of video, it gets another layer of who that person is, right? Like you're hearing my voice, you're hearing who I am. You can connect with me over on YouTube, but it's not a all-in-one. You know what I mean? It's not an all-in-one. You see people's mistakes. I say that lightly, just like their quirks, their mannerisms. And I love seeing that because it tells me something else deeper about them. And speech and communication is more about the body than it is just words. Like it just is. And I love the visual storytelling, and like you can engage with somebody on YouTube in a way more personal way. Like I feel like I know people on YouTube. There's a YouTuber that I followed for a long time, and she recently quit YouTubing. But I was like, where did Jenna Marbles go? She's hilarious. Where's she at? And she just fell off YouTube. But you know what? I can still go watch her videos from years ago because they're still hilarious. And the thing about YouTube is you can use a keyword search to find something, right? Let's say that I'm looking for how to make a YouTube video. I can say how to make a YouTube video, and 15 million videos would pop up. All sorts of different people, from the very beginning of YouTube 10 years ago to like probably yesterday of somebody making a video like that. And so it's very interesting to see how people are using video to sell. Not even just sell, to storytell, to engage, to be a member of a community. And then also versus podcasting, right? So I love podcasting because I'm a mom. I've got kids. I can't sit there and watch a video. I don't have time for that. But if I put you in my ear, I can listen to you while I'm doing the laundry, or I can listen to you while I'm going on a walk. And it's more convenient for me because I get to hear my people in my time, right? People are always like listening to podcasts while they're driving. I don't drive anymore because I work from home, but I love listening to podcasts or books on tape when I'm going on road trips. A couple months ago, we went on a road trip to South Carolina, and we were in the car for, I think it was like 12 hours or something. The girls were in the back seat with their iPads. They had all sorts of different things that they could play with. And me and my husband were learning. We were listening to podcasts. We were listening to books on tape. We were audiophiles, and it was great. So because of that, that has a different relationship with somebody, right? It's like a more intimate way to get to know somebody, because I know that when I'm listening to a podcast, they're just kicking it. They're just keeping it real. And I feel a little bit deeper with somebody on a podcast, because on YouTube, I just feel like I'm just getting like their best version of themselves, right? Like I said earlier, I'm not on YouTube because I would have to put on makeup every day. But here I can just really give you my heart. I can give you everything. And I feel even better about that because you know who I am now. This is the real me. Like, this is the Jeanette just doing her thing, just talking about podcasting and YouTube and which one's better. And I think that it depends on who you're performing content for or the state of business that you're in. Right now, for me, I can't be on YouTube. I would not be consistent enough for how I would want to do a YouTube channel. I just can't. So I'm in this stage of my life where I said, like, I've got 2 young kids. I work from home. I've got a husband. I'm doing homeschool. What? There's no way that I could just sit around and make a YouTube video. If I did, it'd be like everybody would be around me. It wouldn't feel like I was in my zone. It wouldn't feel like I was talking to somebody about something important. So when you make the decision, if you're going to be on a podcast or YouTube, and both are long form content, like every time somebody listens to a new podcast, what's the first thing they do? They find a title that looks interesting. And then what do? They go back to the beginning. Let me see where they started. And then they go back to where they're at now, and they go back and forth, right? Because you want to hear the journey. You want to hear what they were doing. And that's why I love podcasts, because no matter what, like, you're going to listen to the bad version to the podcast. You're going to listen to the bad stuff. But on YouTube, I'm not going back to all your old videos. Not really. I want to see what you're doing now. And that's great that you have a million videos. Or if I'm looking for a specific thing and that just happens to be an old video, but I'm not going to search you out and then look for your old videos. I'm just not going to do that. And if you are in a period of life where you can do both YouTube and podcasting at the same time, gold. Gold. This age is like, if you do a podcast, it will grow. If you do a YouTube channel, it will grow. That's just the place that we're at now. This is like back, 20 years ago when we were all doing blogs. If you have a blog, it will grow. Yes. If you do a podcast or a YouTube channel, it will grow. You just have to be consistent. So that's my tip for the day, is be consistent with whichever platform you're going to go with. And if you have the capacity, do both. Because yes, do both. And make sure they're SEO'd, which means search engine optimized. So that way, when somebody's searching for your content, they can find you and find your content, and boom, you got some new fans. Okay. So I want you guys to know that. Talk soon. Wow, that was so good. So I know that you know somebody that also needs to hear that. So share this episode. Leave a review. And I would love if you could watch my free workshop at JeanettePeterson.com/missingpiece. I'll see you guys over on the grams at Jeanette.Peterson. Bye.